Good morning, Wayne Kurtz here. As you can see, I'm starting to get ready for the big weekend. For those of you who are in Steeler Nation or not, it's a big thing in Pittsburgh for sure. So we'll see what happens on Sunday, but we do know one thing. Steeler football, it is not life or death. Well, maybe for some it is, but if we do not win this game against Kansas City, I think we'll all survive. One idea for those of you looking for a bit of a change, I posted, I think it was a couple days ago, a fasting protocol to try. I don't know if you've tried fasting in the past, but one benefit of trying to do it as we kind of go into the new season or the new year is it does kind of re-cleanse and reduce inflammation. I think that's the one thing that you feel the most from. And everyone has their own opinions of it, pros and cons. I highly advise that you check with your physician, especially if you're a diabetic or have low blood sugar. But very importantly, when you're finished with it, there are some lasting effects to it. So I tweaked my protocol, passed it on in a text version the other day, but thought it might be helpful just to kind of scan through it. And for those of you who are interested, accountability is always tough. The first weekend after the Super Bowl, if you are interested in doing a short version, 2-3 day, I'm going to post about it. I've already done one for the year, but I try to do one a quarter is my norm. But the protocol that I'm using this year, you might want to change, add to what you're doing, or not even do it at all and say, forget it, this is crazy. But this year, pick 2 days, maybe 3 at the most. If you're working, the weekend is best. And the evening prior to the start of the fast, have a clean, vegetable, low calorie, just kind of a cleansing type of carb dinner around 4 or 5 p.m. that evening. And then the next morning, sleep in a little bit longer because you can use sleep as a benefit in a fast, right? When you're sleeping, you're not really thinking about eating, honestly. And the benefit, of it is it goes by quicker. So sleep a little longer. So for those of you doing 6 or 7 hours of sleep, go 8 or 9. And then the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning after your sleep is take 1 to 2 tablespoons. We've heard enough of this from all the various sources of the Bulletproof, Tim Ferriss, Ben Greenfield, you name all of them. The benefits of MCT oil or coconut oil that's organic. You can use one or the other. Take a few tablespoons of it. You can do it on an empty stomach. Some of you might have some side effects from it. So watch it. Just make sure you take it easy. And then every 3.5 to 4 hours, take a few more tablespoons. You can add it to black tea, decaf, which is organic, or coffee if you're a coffee drinker. But the goal is to try to keep lower on the caffeine. Then one thing I would do is to drink water immediately, say 32 ounces or a liter, and then throughout the day consume massive amounts of water. This is not about not moving. It is important to move. And one thing I recommend is no exercise, 30 minutes only during the fast, either day or both days, walking slowly, not increasing your heart rate, going crazy, not working out, lifting weights. I've heard every protocol imaginable. You can do a kettlebell swing. You can lift weights for 5 minutes. I suggest just considering a little bit of a walk. Then each day I would recommend, this is hard, 2 to 3 minutes of a cold shower. And I'm saying hard for most people. Personally, I cannot stand swimming in cold water, being in cold water. So it does reinvigorate yourself if you do take that cold shower. And I'd suggest taking a 30-minute nap for each day. And when you get off of the fast, come back with some type of protein, fat, good carbohydrates coming back, and you shouldn't have any problem digesting. If you're doing a long fast, you really have to come back slow. And again, I highly recommend you talk to your physician prior to doing any of these. There's so many extreme versions of it. It can be crazy. One other thing I would suggest is the power of a dry brush. I don't know if you've seen these. You might have seen these when you were a kid. This is the one that I actually purchased, and it has a little thing where you can take it off and dry brush with the palm this way. or put it on the, on the little stick, and you can go on back and everything else. It's interesting. There's lots of health benefits from dry brushing. We've known about this, and it's one of these old things that thought, maybe try to change something for the routine. I got this one, if you are interested, on Amazon. I think it was $9.95. It's dirt cheap. I'm sure you can probably get them even cheaper. And it was a little kit. It had this. It had a little face thing. But the benefits of it are very interesting. It increases circulation. You will feel it immediately after you do it. And if you try doing the dry brush, then jumping into the shower, and get a brain freeze. And, being bald, it will brain freeze the bald folks out there. And even if you do have hair. But the benefits are, it increases circulation. You'll feel it immediately. It exfoliates the skin, especially if you have dry skin. It stimulates the lymphatic system significantly. It reduces stress. You won't believe it. After you do it, it does calm you down. You can see I'm kind of jacked up this morning because I just had a really cold shower. This is the longest I've lasted. All in kind of preparation as well for those of you doing the UK DECA, right, where it's going to be cold water. Can it hurt to do cold showers throughout? But one other benefit, and keep in mind, you do the dry brush before showering, not wet, dry, just as it says. It does. There are studies that says it does improve digestion and kidney function, but more than anything else, it's very invigorating to do this. So steps are, you don't have to do it during your fast, but if you wanted to add it into your fast, you do the quick dry brush, jump into the cold shower, get cleaned real quick, and then come back out. It does give you tremendous amounts of energy, as you can see as I'm probably yelling off the wall. But again, it is a Steeler weekend, so we'll theme that in as well. So happy fasting. If you are interested, ping me an email. We're going to try to start 2 days, the weekend after the Super Bowl. So I think that's second week of February. And the protocol I've already posted, and you can check it out. So have a good rest of the day.